Hello everyone and welcome to 8 Brit with 2 Brits and top 8s. I'm Chris.
And I'm Dan.
And, well, the dust has settled on E3. We've had ups, we've had downs, but today we're going to talk about
the top 8 games that were shown in this E3. Whether or not they were new or we'd already seen them, doesn't matter. If it was shown in a conference, it's fair game. So,
yes.
Yeah, that's what we're having a little chat about this week.
And just to quickly mention the commenter, so in our last episode we sort of changed our show up a little bit, and Nintendo Nerd said it was really good.
Yeah, just thanks for watching and everything. We really appreciate it.
Yes,
thanks
so
for commenting.
Let's start.
Just before we start, I'd like to say, don't tune out, switch tabs, because I'm going to put you throwing up the sort of footage we saw this E3 of each game as we talk about it. So that'll be there, that'll be good. Keep an eye out. All right.
So my number 8 is the Rare Replay, which is actually I think it got leaked or something, rumoured beforehand, but it was still a bit of a surprise. But yeah, this is a great deal. 30 games for £30, well, $30, but whatever.
Will we be getting it for £30 or will we be getting it for a bit cheaper?
Probably, maybe, don't know. Even if we still have to pay for 30, it's still a bargain.
Yeah, that is still a bargain. Well, I won't buy it because I haven't got an Xbox One and I won't have an Xbox One, but oh well.
But yeah, you can play lots of games from their large catalogue, so...
It's, 30. Exactly 30, which is great.
So
30 years of Rare, 30 games.
Just to list some, Jetpack, which was like their first one, Snake, Rattle and Roll, Battletoads, Killer Instinct, Blast Corps, Banjo-Kazooie, Jet Force Gemini, Perfect Dark, Conker's Bad Fur Day, Cameo, Viva Pinata, and more.
Yay. Yeah, that's... I haven't played quite a few of those games.
Obviously, no Donkey Kong Country or whatever, but
Rip Rare.
But yeah, some of Rare's games are like the best of all time, really, and in a package, it's kind of a no deal to buy and have. And some of these games are hard to obtain, like Conga, so it's kind of buy this game, it's good.
Good. Do you want my number 8?
I do want your number 8.
My number 8 is... It's a shame that it's so low on the list, but I'll explain that later. It's The Last Guardian. So much hype. We haven't seen it for a long time. It's from the developers of Shadow of the Colossus, which is one of my favourite games of all time. You're probably wondering why it is number 8 and not number 1. Because after so many sort of delays, I don't really want to get myself super hyped about it, because it might not be as good as we all think it's going to be.
Possibly.
Because with a lot of the other things on this list, we know what we're going to get because we've seen previous entries in the series, whereas with this it's kind of something very new and I'm not sure...
It kind of seems like some sort of puzzle platformer-ish thing.
Yeah, it looks kind of like Ico, and I might have to replay Ico because I don't remember having that much fun with it, but hopefully it's good. I'm keeping optimistic and hopefully they're not going to let me down or anything, but I'm definitely keeping an eye out, but I don't want to be super on the hype train.
Yeah.
I want my hype train to have brakes, so... You know, it looks amazing. Hopefully when it comes out, it is everything that we ever wanted from a new Team Ico game, but I'm kind of keeping a bit more reserved, which is why it's number 8 and not number 1.
Yeah,
so.
Well, it's always just nice to see a game that's MIA come back and stuff. A hyped game as well. So
yeah, it's definitely nice to see. But
and that dog thing creature is gonna die at the end. Booking it now.
Why would you... Is it because every single dog in video games gets killed?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. So yeah, I think that's all. 7.
My number 7 now is Fire Emblem Fates. Well, I think they are indeed releasing 2 versions over here, but well, whatever. I loved Awakening, and what they showed of Fates looks great, and the story seems to be more intimate with your family and such, like your siblings and your parents or whatever. I'm no Fire Emblem aficionado, so all I can really say is that I loved Awakening, and this looks like more of that. So I'm obviously gonna like this, but there's also some nice differences in story and gameplay a little bit. The tactical gameplay is great as always. Not much else to say really. I think we are indeed getting 2 different versions, but not sure.
You don't know. You have no idea what you're talking about, do you?
No. I don't know. No. But it'll be cool to decide which one I want, because they have different stories of like the war involved. But I'm excited, basically, and I'm going to get
You're
this.
excited. You're going to get it. It's not really my cup of tea, but I guess I'm glad people are getting a new game that they want. I don't know. I'm trying to be reasonable at the moment. You know.
Yeah.
I've mellowed. I'm not going to be so hateful anymore.
This is like the opposite of the game you'd like. So...
Yeah, it's basically everything I don't want in a game, so I'm not going to buy it. Whatever, who cares? Do you want my number 7?
Yeah.
My number 7 has everything I want in the game. It's visually stunning. It has the promise of gameplay that will be as good as the previous installment of the game. I am majorly hyped. It's Rise of the Tomb Raider. It just looks really, really good. The set pieces look great, the stunts look great. It's going to be crazy mad unrealistic, but that's kind of okay to me because, like, it's Tomb Raider. Of course, you're going to be jumping off cliffs and doing nonsense. There probably is going to be a grappling hook, so you know,
you love them.
Grappling hooks. Grappling hooks are the best thing ever in video games.
Although if you can't raid tombs, then it's automatically 0 out of 10.
They said that this time we are going to be able to raid tombs.
Okay.
Unlike the last game, which there were barely any tombs in, but the last game was really, really good. I had a lot of fun with it, so hopefully this one will be just as good and just as amazing as it looks. Unfortunately, it appears to, at the moment, it's being published by Microsoft Studios and is a timed exclusive, we think, maybe, for the Xbox One, but we don't know how timed that is, or if it is actually timed and isn't just a full exclusive. So if it turns out that it is an actual just proper exclusive, I am going to have to buy an Xbox One, so sucks to be me, I guess, but oh well. So is the pain of...
It's interesting, like, as the years gone by, I've realised the more and more I want an Xbox One, but for you, you've realised you want a PS4.
It's literally the opposite. I so badly want a PS4 now. After this E3, it's like, I know exactly the date I'm going to buy it, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah. 6. Mario & Luigi Paper Jam Bros. The last Mario & Luigi game, they put Bros on the end of the Dream Team, but over in America, they didn't. But anyway, 2 series... combine here in a crossover, Mario & Luigi Paper Mario. It's basically just Mario & Luigi gameplay with paper stuff stuck in there. So
just sort of wedged in.
Yeah,
like...
sort of. So you play as Mario & Luigi and Paper Mario. I've played all the Mario & Luigi games except for Dream Team Bros. And I've only played Super Paper Mario of the Paper Mario series. And whilst I understand it was different to the first Paper Marios, it still retained the great humour and plot people love. So, since I enjoy both series, bang, this is a no-brainer, really. I do want to replay the Mario & Luigi series and the first 2 Paper Marios before I get Paper Jam, though. But I also wanted to say that, Dan, you hate RPGs and turn-based combat, but you should definitely try Superstar Saga.
Should I? Okay, I've been told that.
Because even when it's not your turn, you still do things.
Okay.
Yeah.
What console is it on?
Well, you can get it on the Wii Virtual Console.
Okay, I will look into that.
Yeah, and also, like, I love, like, the Bowser humour, and, like, even in the trailer for Paper Jam, we saw 2 versions of Bowser, like, insult each other, so...
Yeah, Paper Jam definitely looks like it'll be fun, but it's not really on my radar, but it'll probably be good. I'm gonna make you do Superstar Saga. You're gonna make me do it? Okay. Oh, no.
Alright, your number 6. Your number 6.
Oh, my number 6 is Hitman. Oh, it's Hitman, dude. Hitman looks so good. I loved Blood Money. I loved Absolution. This game kind of looks like it'll play as smoothly as Absolution, but it looks like it has more open world areas, which is what Blood Money did, and Blood Money was brilliant. So it's a very good sign. It looks brilliant. It's a Hitman game, you know? It kind of looks like more of the same of what I love. If I can garrote people or throw screwdrivers into their jugulars or just, like, generally be a psychopath in the shadows, then I'm totally happy with that, to be honest. It just looks really good. A bit more open this time, you said. Yeah, because Hitman Absolution did have some kind of open areas, but it was quite linear in parts. But Hitman Blood Money was very sort of open. Like, it was basically just, here's a sandbox, there's a guy in there somewhere, go kill him. And they were sort of saying that this game is going to be more like that than the linearity of Absolution. And I have no problem with linearity, don't get me wrong. I quite like it in some settings, but in Hitman it's nice to have, like, a bigger sandbox area. I kind of feel like everything's trying to be open world these days, but linearity works when it needs to. But Hitman's definitely something I'll probably enjoy, which I'll get when I get a PS3 one day. Pick up the collection. Yeah, definitely. It looks good. 5. Triforce Heroes, the game that no one really expected. So it's Zelda, which means automatic excitement, for me at least. I always like the idea of playing through dungeons with friends, and they've done that before with Four Swords and Four Swords Adventures.
And I'd love to play that with friends, but it's kind of a bit hard. So, but I've recently watched an LP on Four Swords Adventures, and that sort of won me over on the idea of multiplayer Zelda. But for Triforce Heroes, the 3 people mechanic could make for some interesting puzzles. And I'm hoping to play this with some of the guys at the ZBN,
Maybe we'll find a way of recording it, but
yeah.
Who knows? I'm not really feeling this one yet because I'm not that into sort of multiplayer or online. We actually have a friend who managed to play the demo in a game store,
Best
which
Buy? Dunno.
one of those. He said that the stacking mechanic wasn't very sort of exciting because it kind of felt kind of obvious, like there's a thing up high there, let's stack and get it, and it didn't look very depthy. He said otherwise it was quite a fun little game, but there was a tiny bit of lag, but I think that might have just been sort of
That was just the
interference.
shop,
yeah, being in the shop. So hopefully it'll get, like, the final launch will have more sort of depthy puzzles, and it'll be more interesting play. But it kind of hasn't won me over yet, but I might enjoy it.
Yeah, we'll definitely see more of it.
Yeah.
Also, randomly, they added in costumes. Like, what the hell?
I'm going to be wearing that Zelda dress all the time.
I'm playing as Zelda.
That's their way of doing a female protagonist, which is another thing we saw a lot of at E3. We had Lara Croft, and for my number 5, we had the girl from Horizon Zero Dawn, which
that transition,
that segue, man. Basically, the premise is like our sort of civilization is dead. It has been for quite a while. Sort of in a post-apocalyptic setting, there are tribal people who, for some reason, cohabitate the world with cybernetic creatures, including a cybernetic T-Rex, which we got to see in the demo, and it was amazing. So you play as this sort of tribal woman hunting down mechanical beasts for parts and exploring. We don't really know that much about it, but from what we have seen, it looks brilliant. Like, the gameplay looks brilliant, and I think it's probably one of the most original sort of ideas this E3, and it presented to me a world that I really wanted to dive into and explore sort of right away, which I'd say is a good sign, because I don't really get that very often for games. I don't really sort of think, I want to explore that, but for this, I really did. I just wanted to dive into it and find out what was happening. And so to me, that is a sign of a very good E3 showing. They showed something that I want to play now, and it's exciting.
I just want to say quick, like, I see games like this, and, it looks fun, and if I somehow had it and played it, I'd have fun, but I'm just not, like, willing enough to just buy it and play it. It's just not... I don't care, really.
Yeah, I kind of have that for a lot of the games you're excited for, though, so it's just a matter of opinion, really. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Enjoy the games you enjoy. You don't have to play the ones other people enjoy.
No, you have to like my console, damn it.
You have to like Metroid. It's the best thing ever. Shut up. So yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn looks really good. And
Number 4, Halo 5, Guardians.
You couldn't have made that number 5, sorry, could you? It had to be. It couldn't have been number 5, Halo 5. That would have been too.
I remember I put Halo 5 in our top anticipated games list, and I got all puzzled when I did that then. But no, I did it good this time. So I haven't really looked at it too much, but it automatically gets hype for me because I love the Halo series. Mainly the multiplayer, because that's just fun as hell. The single player looks fun as always, but I'm betting once I play it, I'll just play it once and be like, that was alright. But
yeah, that tends to be the case with sort of FPS campaigns, doesn't it? Like, you sort of play
some
it once
people get some people get really hyped about Halo. It's like, oh my god, best single player ever, and I'm like, yeah, it was alright.
Yeah, fair enough.
But to get into the multiplayer, so they've added this new game type called Warzone. So it's like one team versus the other, but then there's also a third team, I believe, which is the AI. So you get points by killing the AI, but also the other team. So and you get like a huge sense of a war, basically, which I'm guessing is why it's called Warzone.
Yeah, that's fair. It looks quite good. Again, it's kind of like your thing with Zero Dawn. It's just kind of like, it looks like it'll be great, but
you don't care.
I just kind of don't really care in the slightest.
Also,
one thing I did like, to interrupt you.
Yep.
Nathan Fillion was in it. And I like Nathan Fillion, so that's about.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with that. I don't know.
He's cool. He's a cool guy.
If you say so.
So you know.
With the Warzone game type, it's just something personal to me here. At the beginning of the mode, you get dropped off in aircrafts, and for some reason, I really like that in games when you get dropped off. Like, it just feels so like you like an actual soldier or something.
Yeah, like there's sort of a reason for you to be there instead of
Yeah.
just like you're randomly here, go and fight.
So the thing,
Yeah, I can.
the thing of Warzone, it makes it feel like a cinematic, like a single playery sort of thing. It's Halo. I like Halo. I'm gonna buy it and love it. Okay.
Good. My number 4. You know what I did here? It's Uncharted 4. Number 4, Uncharted 4. Oh, I'm clever.
Okay.
I didn't do that on purpose. It legitimately just went like that. It's Uncharted. It kind of just looks like the Uncharted games. I'll be honest with you, but the thing is, that's not a bad thing to me. It looks like it still has the fun gunplay. It looks like it has the good dialogue. It looks like it has the glorious cinematic moments. One of the things I really like about the Uncharted series is how the scenes are kind of like they're set pieces and they're sort of all cinematic, but where most games would like make you sort of sit back and watch, in Uncharted it feels like you're playing the movie. Like instead of just sitting and watching a movie, you're actually playing it. And
What? So you interact with the cutscenes?
No, just kind of like something that you feel like should be a cutscene. You're sort of playing.
Oh, okay, I see.
You know,
it's an
like
in-game
the
cutscene.
Yeah, like the train thing in 2, it felt like a movie and it felt like something you'd be watching, but you were playing it.
Oh, yeah, I get what you mean. That's cool.
The driving segment from the Uncharted 4 demo looked a lot like that. The really interesting thing is the driving segment, apparently there are loads of different split paths you can take and eventually get to the same area, so it isn't completely linear, which I thought was a really good touch. Also, Nathan Drake has a grappling hook, so you know, that's a good thing.
Who doesn't have a grappling hook these days?
Everyone has a grappling hook. They're shoving them in every game, and it's a wonderful thing.
3.
Right, Super Mario Maker. This game went from meh to me last year to holy moly, it's full of stuff.
It is intensely full of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
there's so much stuff and customization, like stuff not even in the normal games. Like you can make Lakitu throw like bloopers or whatever, and you can make enemies bigger than usual. It's just so much stuff and
Yeah, the thing I really like about Mario Maker, it's sort of like it would be my number 9 if we were doing a 10. I like how they've clearly put a lot of work into making it really robust as a creation tool. Like it's not just like they're cheaping us out.
Yeah,
and going,
that's what I thought last year. But
they're clearly putting a lot of care into making sure that everyone cares, and undoubtedly it will be there. But if the community is there, then it will definitely be a great experience for everyone.
I'm gonna be addicted to making levels and sharing it with you guys and all that jazz.
So that's gonna be your new backlog killer, then, isn't it?
Maybe.
So yeah, moving swiftly on. Number 3 for me.
Swiftly on.
Number 3 for me is Unravel, a game. Oh man, it's so adorable. It's adorable. Yeah. It's charming. It's such a kind of fresh, new sort of idea, which coming from EA was a surprise. It's kind of cute. It's lovely. It's like the physics puzzles look from what we've seen like they'll flow really nicely while still having, you know, clear-cut laws of physics in place. I love the visual style. It's kind of proof that you can do realism, that's not a bad thing. Because like in Unravel, everything is almost photorealistic. It looks really beautiful. Like everyone always says, "Oh, photorealism is boring," but you know, it's not. It's, you know, when you take something creative and put you seeing the real world, but from this sort of small, more cartoony perspective, it's a really great idea.
I got Toy Story vibes from the trailer.
Yeah, that's kind of
because like you're a little toy thing going about the world, and there's real people going past you, like the car or whatever.
It looked like it's going to be kind of an emotional roller coaster a little bit as well, because there was that one shot of like him sort of stumbling across a road in the rain. Yeah, it looked really sad. I was just like, oh no,
he's going to die at the end,
little guy.
Like all the other dogs.
He's not a dog. What are you talking about? The other thing I just wanted to mention is that Yarny can use his yarn as a grappling hook. So I'm pushing that theme. That's the theme of the C3, just grappling hooks. Everywhere.
Yeah, I just wanted to say quick. You made me watch some trailers because I missed stuff because I was busy, and I was like, oh, okay, here's an EA game trailer. It's going to be okay. But I watched it and I got goosebumps. So I think that says something.
It says a lot. It looks brilliant, doesn't it?
Yeah. 2. Number 2, Gears of War 4. It's Gears of War on Xbox One, so that's automatic hype for me right there, because I love Gears of War. All we've seen is really I think anyway, is the campaign demo of the 2 new characters, and that looked cool, I guess.
Yeah, it looked very cinematic.
It's kind of like what you were saying, how it's cinematic, but you were still playing.
Yeah,
Gears does that pretty well, actually.
Yeah, I don't really like the gameplay of Gears, so it's not really on my radar, but I'm sure it'll be great for the fans. I'm sure you'll love it.
I was just going to say, I know it'll feature all the stuff I've come to love about Gears. So they haven't revealed a lot, but it's Gears of War 4.
Yeah, it's kind of like my view of Uncharted. It's kind of like, I love the series. This looks like the series. It'll be good no matter what. So
yes.
Yeah. Speaking of loving a series, Just Cause 3 is my number 2. Just Cause 3 looks, it looks like they've said it a few times, like it's Just Cause 2, but they're putting more depth to it. You've got explosions, you've got grappling hooks, you've got tanks, there's a wingsuit that looks really fun, there's over 400 square miles, there's infinite C4, there's tractors of monster trucks. It's just, they're just putting so much stuff in. Like, if I can, like, they just put it, Just Cause 3 coming out December 1st, that's the date I'm going to buy a PS4. They're just, it's a destruction simulator, and I am a psychopath. There's nothing.
It's kind of like, the people who play GTA just to wreck stuff. It's like that, but much better.
It's like if I can line a truck with a monster truck with C4, tether it to a plane, and then fly it onto a town, I am happy. I'm just happy with that. The other thing is, one of the things that was great about Just Cause 2 is that traveling the world was really fun. Like, using your parachutes and a lot of the driving, it was an enjoyable experience. Like, the way that was built. So getting from mission to mission kind of didn't feel like a chore like it does in a lot of sandbox games. And they've added this wingsuit in where you move really quickly. So I think they're doing a great job of making it feel fun to move around the world.
Yeah, that's the problem I have with sandbox games. Yeah, that's good.
Like, Just Cause 2 was amazing to just get around the world, and they've also revamped the vehicle mechanics. So, like, they showed in one of the demos, they showed, like, you driving a car, and you can drive really quickly, and, like, it looks really fun. It looks great. So
it does look fun.
That's something I'm excited for. That's my number 2. Do you want to quickly run through your honourable mentions?
Yeah, so I was thinking about my honourables, and there's actually a lot of good stuff from E3. So first of all, Smash DLC. It's a shame it got leaked, but it's still awesome to play as Lucas, Roy, and Ryu.
Yeah, for $5.99.
Anyway, Dishonored 2, I enjoyed the first one, so I'm keeping my eye on the sequel. It'll be cool to play as a grown-up Emily. All the new several IPs were cool. One of my favourite moments from E3 were the puppets from the digital event.
No, they were horrible. They were scary. Don't do it.
Insert GIF of them dancing to the Starman theme here, please.
No, not doing it. Don't ask me to edit things that I don't like.
Fast Racing Neo, because it's like F-Zero, but it's not. South Park, Fractured Butthole. I love South Park, and you play as the superior versions of them from the show.
Yeah,
which is some of the best episodes. So there's that. Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. I like Mario Tennis. I can't speak. Gears of War Ultimate Edition. It's Gears of War 1, bit remade. The backwards compatibility on the Xbox One. The Nintendo World Championships are cool because it was fun and funny, and Reggie sucks at Smash, and they announced Earthbound Beginnings, and yeah.
Cool. Do you want mine? Let me take over because I can actually talk. Recall looks like a really interesting premise with a great idea, but no gameplay sort of leaves me skeptical and unable to really hype. Cuphead is visual appealing as hell.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of worry that the gameplay might not be like stellar, so I'm on the fence about that. Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I am incredibly hyped for the setting, but it kind of doesn't make my main list because there's better things coming from this year's E3. Also, they showed the rope launcher, which, they mean grappling hook, don't they? For Honor looks amazing, but it could flop, so I'm sort of keeping my eye on that. Again, the South Park Fractured Butthole, just because it's hilarious. Dishonored 2, because, Spider-Man grappling hooks, and also the first one was great. I'm hooked on that. I'm very interested.
You're hooked on it.
Shut up. Super Mario Maker. Super Mario Maker looks great. I already mentioned that though. Chibi Robo Ziplash, which wasn't shown at the digital event, but they showed it in Treehouse, so I think it still
More
counts. More grappling hooks, and it just looks a lot of fun. To be honest, it looks like it'll be an enjoyable game.
1.
Can you guess what my number 1 is?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe is it Star Fox?
Star Fox Zero got revealed.
More like 0 out of 10. All right.
But yeah, Zomg Stairfax. Its biggest inspiration is Star Fox 64, which is the best one. Which is kind of what everyone wants, what I wanted, and it looks great. But not only does it look like a new sequel to 64, but it's a mix of old and new. It's a bit. I'll just get the negatives out of the way. Like there appears to be no multiplayer, which sucks, or any branching pathways. But I'm hoping the linear campaign will be long to justify that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about on its rebootiness. I don't even know if it's a reboot or not, but whatever. Anyway, it looks so much fun to play, and chicken R-wing hype.
Now, the R-Wing goes too slow, there's no dinosaurs, there's no grappling hooks, you can't go to Klazoa Palace, come on now, it's not a real Star Fox game, so... No, I'm kidding, my view of Star Fox is like, it looks great, and it looks like the fans will love it, but I'm not really a fan of that series, so it hasn't jumped out to me yet. They haven't really sold me on the idea, but I imagine that nearer to the release, they'll probably sell me on it, and I'll end up picking it up, so...
Yeah, I love the idea of transforming on the fly. That's cool. Some people are hating on the graphics, but I think it's just the style, honestly, and it will get...
And it is rendering 2 screens at 60 FPS.
That's another point. And it'll get touched up
really
upon release. There's still 6 months for it to go.
Yeah.
I have more to say, shut up.
Oh my god, no.
I'm just happy to play more on-rail levels, because those are the best parts. Some fresh level design after playing 64 a million times. All range mode looks great with the added transformation mechanics. There's new vehicles which look great, and a cute little robot you can drop from the gyro wing.
Cool.
So yeah, that's a relief to know that there's new things. Also, gyro controls are optional.
Guys,
optional
doesn't
controls.
Stop, kill me now,
And
please.
It's the first Star Fox home console in about 10
Send
years,
help.
and it's great. Oh, and also they added the scouters to their character designs, which is cool from Smash
Are you
Brothers.
done? Seriously, come on.
Okay, I'm
please.
done. Jesus.
Can I do my number one now?
Yeah.
Can you shut up, please, about Star Fox? Jesus Christ. Okay, my number one is Firewatch. In Firewatch, you play as a fire lookout in the great outdoors, somewhere in America. I don't know. You're sort of living in the wilderness, working odd jobs, while strange occurrences go on. Your only friend in sort of this lonely atmosphere is another lookout who talks to you through a walkie-talkie. The conversations are just so lovely. They're so cute, and they're kind of realistic as well. Like the dialogue is quite realistic. IGN had a 17-minute gameplay sort of demo, and throughout that whole 17 minutes, the dialogue made me smile. The game looks like it'll be fun to play. It looks like it'll be quite an immersive experience. I would recommend going and watching that 17 minutes of gameplay for Firewatch, because the selling point is the dialogue, and the footage I'm going to have running over this is not going to sell that. So go and watch that when you're done with this, because it's brilliant. It looks amazing. It looks charming. It looks like it'll be fun. It looks friendly. The art style is kind of like just really nice. It's quite stylized. It reminds me a bit of TF2. The game overall is sort of quirky and charming, and compared to everything else we saw at E3 that was like big blam explosions, Michael Bay space, I'm just like, this looks nice. It's kind of grounded, it's realistic, it's charming, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes and how the final game looks, because if it makes me smile as much as that 17 minutes I watched does, then it will be a great game. It'll be lovable, it'll be charming, it won't be like a big epic AAA thing, but it'll be definitely worth picking up, and that's kind of what made me really excited about this. Is it's something new, and it's something that kind of it touched my heart, man. As cheesy as that is, it's heartwarming and it's lovely. Kind of in a similar way to how Unravel was. So yeah, I'm happy with that. That's my number one. Your number one is
Star Fox Zero.
Obviously, if anyone didn't expect that coming into this video, I don't know what's wrong with them, because you are the biggest Star Fox fan ever. That kind of wraps up our top 8 E3 games at 2015. Hopefully, 2015 was a great year for E3. I think apart from Nintendo, everyone sort of delivered really well.
Yeah.
Even EA had a good game. So
yeah, I guess so.
So that was pretty neat.
So generic wrap up stuff. Leave us a comment and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I at CJMonk_ is my Twitter. Like us on Facebook, the ZB Network. Yeah.
Yeah. Goodbye. Dislike, comment, unsubscribe.
No.
This is Dan. He's Chris. This is 8-Brit signing out.